I would love to kind of hear about some cases that you were the judge on, that have really stuck with you after all of these years, both good and bad. And kind of, yeah, we'll go from there.
Well, the bad ones you want to forget.
Yeah.
I try not to remember them because they're horrific. But I remember that one case where the stepfather and mother were charged with the murder of a little, I think she was like 6 months, no, maybe a year old child. The stepfather was trying to kill the child slowly by putting meth in her milk over time. And then he was doing other things to her that I don't even want to mention. But they were both methed out. So you see what drugs can make people do. That it's unimaginable. And you've got to see the photographs, and you got to do the testimony, and you're just looking at people thinking, how could you do this to an innocent little baby? But he killed her slowly by getting her high on meth, a 6-month-old, on purpose, put it into her mouth, and then did other things that were can't even talk about even now. That was one of the worst. There were so many, but I might have on average, 50 cases a day.
Wow.
That was a long case we had for many hearings. But then there every once in a while, but this was rare, something good would happen. And I remember this young man who came from privilege. Dad was a cop. Mom, I think, was a lawyer. He was addicted to meth. It was just years and years of this. He comes before me, and I give him multiple chances, put him in a program, fails multiple times, give him another chance. Then I send him to prison. He bottomed out. Years later, I'm talking like 5 years later, I'm covering a court for another judge who's out sick. And who walks in? That guy, the new case. And, I don't forget people. And He didn't forget me. And he said, look, I know I got to go back to prison. I did it last time. Things don't get better when you pick up another case, right? He says, but I'm in a rehab right now. And look, after 30 years in the system, when people you could see it in their eyes. Is this real or not? And I could see it. He was ready. And he was already walking that road of recovery. I said, all right, you're supposed to go to prison on this case. And you're lucky I'm here because that other judge would have been gone.